So listen to me. I was thinking about this the other day, and this is for somebody. Be careful the words that you tell yourself, you let the devil tell you, you let the world tell you, you let people assign to you. Okay, I'm going to take off my mask and be real. I'm adopted by my dad. My parents told me when I was young, probably around 6 or 7, I went back and watched cartoons. This fact came back up around the time that I was 11, and I met my biological dad, know him. Um, and, but I remember looking back at some of the reasons why I went through some of the struggles that I did, had these holes the size of Texas in my heart I was trying to fill, was right around that time. Even though I had never used these words for myself, or nobody around me had ever used them, I started to think of myself as illegitimate, unlovable, even the word bastard. Nobody in my family had ever used that. None of my friends had ever used that. But I don't know where those words came from, but I will tell you they got imprinted in young Rachel's mind. And so when I wouldn't get invited to a party, when I would have a falling out with a friend, when somebody didn't call me back, I would immediately go to those places for a really long time, before doing a heck of a lot of work in therapy and with Jesus and all of those things. But it made me think about this for you. Is there a label that's been stuck to you that, and I, by the way, I'm not. I'm lovable. I am kind. I am wanted. I may have been unplanned, but I was very wanted. I'm not illegitimate. I am not a bastard. And these are things I would never call myself, right? So makes my point even more for you. I want you to examine if there are things on repeat in your mind that you would never call yourself. Things that have permeated into your brain, into your soul, that maybe somebody else has said to you. You're stupid, you're fat, you're lazy, you're what, I don't know what it is, right? You're not going to achieve that. You can't do that. So I don't know what those words are, but I want you to think about them, because when I've been doing a lot of deep work over the past couple of years, and I started to think about that the other day, and started to think about how immediately those words got assigned somehow in my spirit. And nobody had ever said them to me. Nobody at school called me that. It wasn't, I don't know where it came from. For me, I will say I know where it came from. For me, as a person of faith, and whatever you believe, as a person of faith, I know the devil tried to assign those words to me. And I had to go through a lot of growth and pain and things to overcome those words, and to recognize that I was not those words. And so this is me being radically vulnerable. We say this in my movement, and I'm changing the narrative. When you're radically vulnerable with people, it gives them the permission to do the same, and walls fall down when you're radically vulnerable. So I was just thinking about this the other day in CrossFit, and I thought, I've got to make a little video about this and talk about this. So your takeaway, because I always have a call to action, your CTA, as we call it, many people in my industry call it, is think about what words were assigned to you by somebody in your family, or that the devil assigned to you, or somebody that bullied assigned to you, or you just assigned to yourself. Sometimes I say this all the time. Sometimes we would never speak to anybody else the way we speak to ourselves. It's so foul sometimes in this space between the ears that we would never, ever speak to somebody else the way we speak to ourselves. So your CTA, your soul CTA for your soul care. Because let me tell you something, self-care. Hey, baby, come here. Self-care is kind of, a lot of times can be surface level stuff. Soul care is sitting and pondering that in CrossFit and saying, oh my gosh, I got to make a note about this. I got to talk about this. I got to explore this. I got to talk to my therapist about this. I don't know where those words came from, but I know I fought a battle for years and years and years because of words that came from wherever. And it made me think, man, I bet there are people out there like me that have had words assigned to them in whatever way, and they're fighting it. And I came to tell you, you are not that word, and you're not that word, and you're not that word, and you're not that word. So shake it off. You look in the mirror, and you remember you're a miracle. You are amazing. You are kind. You are here for a purpose. And I am so, So proud of you. I love you. I see you. I'm holding space for you. You matter. You matter greatly. Love you guys.